Let me ask you something. When is the last time someone told you that the way customers find your business has fundamentally changed? Not like a small update, not like a Google algorithm tweak. I mean structurally, foundationally changed. Because here's what's happening right now. A growing number of your customers are not Googling anymore. They're asking AI. They're using voice search. They're getting answers before they even see a list of websites. And if your business is only optimized for the old version of search, you're becoming invisible, slowly, quietly, and expensively. Today, we're breaking down SEO, GEO, and AEO, what they are, why they're different, and what you actually need to do about it. Before we get into it, hit subscribe. This show is built for business owners who want to understand how their business actually works, not just feel good about it. Welcome to Notebook of a COO. Today's episode is one of those topics that sounds technical, but it's not. It's actually a visibility problem, and visibility problems cost money. We're going to talk about three acronyms: SEO, GEO, and AEO. Most business owners have heard of the first one. Very few have heard of the second, and almost nobody outside of marketing nerds is talking about the third. By the end of this episode, you're going to understand all three. And more importantly, you're going to know which one you should be focusing on first for your business right now in 2026. Let's get into it. Here's the tension. Most business owners built their digital presence around one assumption: that customers search Google, Google shows a list of websites, customers click the best looking one, and that's how leads happen. And for a long time, that was mostly true. So businesses hired SEO agencies, built backlinks, optimized keywords, chased page one rankings, and called it a day. But that model has a massive crack in it right now, because search behavior is splitting. It's no longer one thing. A portion of your customers are still using Google the old way. Fine. But another growing portion of them is asking ChatGPT or Perplexity or Claude a question and getting an answer directly, without clicking a single website. And another portion is speaking into their phone or their smart speaker and expecting an instant answer back. Drop a comment if this is hitting home, because I know a lot of you are pouring serious money into SEO right now and wondering why the returns feel like they're shrinking. The returns aren't shrinking because SEO is dead. SEO is not dead. The returns are shrinking because SEO is no longer the only game in town, and most businesses don't know what the other games even are. That's the problem we're solving today. Let's break it down. 3 optimization strategies: what they are, how they work, and what they mean for you. Framework number 1 is SEO, also known as search engine optimization. You already know this one, but let's make sure we're on the same page. SEO is the practice of making your website rank higher on search engines like Google and Bing when someone types in a query. The goal is simple. Someone types best HVAC company in Dallas. You show up at the top. They click your site, they call you, you win. SEO works through a combination of things: the content on your website, the keywords you use, how many other credible sites link to you, how fast your site loads, and how well it works on mobile. And here's the truth: SEO still matters. A lot. For most businesses, Google is still the dominant search engine by volume. You absolutely still need SEO. But here's the catch. Google itself has been showing AI-generated answers at the top of search results. That means even if you rank on page 1, the AI answer might get clicked before your listing ever does. Your traffic can shrink, even when your ranking stays the same. That's new. And that's why SEO alone isn't enough anymore. Framework number 2 is GEO, or Generative Engine Optimization. This one is where most business owners are completely asleep. GEO stands for Generative Engine Optimization, and what it means is optimizing your online presence so that AI tools, ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, Perplexity, Google's AI Overview, actually include your business in their generated responses. Think about it this way. If someone asks ChatGPT, what's the best CRM for a small service business, there's a small set of companies that get mentioned. The ones that get mentioned are the ones that have been talked about, referenced, cited, and recommended across the internet in ways that AI models can find and trust. If your business has zero online presence beyond your website, no mentions, no articles, no reviews, no content that gets referenced elsewhere, AI tools have nothing to pull from. You don't exist in their world. Drop a comment right now if you've ever asked an AI a question and noticed that it just references the same brands over and over again. That's not random. That's GEO working for those companies. So what does GEO actually require? It requires authority signals, consistent mentions of your business across credible platforms, reviews on Google, Yelp, industry-specific sites, press mentions, podcast appearances, guest articles, citations from other sites, a Wikipedia entry if you're big enough, clear, authoritative content on your own site that directly addresses questions people ask AI. GEO is about making sure the internet talks about your business, not just your website. And I'll say this plainly, if you're a business that competes on expertise, this is the one you cannot afford to ignore in 2026. Framework number 3 is AEO, or Answer Engine Optimization. AEO, Answer Engine Optimization, is the practice of structuring your content so that it gets surfaced as the direct answer when someone asks a voice assistant or gets a featured snippet at the top of a Google search page. Think Siri, Alexa, Google Assistant, or those blue boxes that appear above the normal search results that just answer the question directly. The person asking doesn't click a website, they ask out loud, "Hey Siri, what time does the nearest urgent care open?" And Siri reads one answer, one business. Whoever got their information structured the right way wins that interaction. That's AEO, and it requires a specific approach, structured content that directly answers questions, FAQ pages, clear, concise definitions, schema markup on your site, which is basically metadata that tells search engines and AI what your content is about in a format they can read easily. AEO is especially high stakes for local businesses and service businesses because voice search tends to be hyper-local. Best electrician near me, top-rated dentist in Scottsdale. When voice pulls an answer, it usually pulls it from a business that has the clearest, most structured information available. If you're in a local service vertical and you're not thinking about AEO, you're handing those customers to someone else. So what do you actually do with this? Here's how I think about prioritization as an operator. Start with SEO if you have none. If your website isn't findable at all, fix that first. This is table stakes. You need a functional, mobile-optimized site with solid basic SEO before anything else matters. Move to AEO next if you're local or service-based. Get your Google Business profile dialed in. Build out a proper FAQ page on your site. Make sure your business hours, location, and services are clearly structured. This wins voice search and featured snippets. Layer in GEO as you build authority. Start getting mentioned in places that matter. Ask customers to leave reviews. Look for podcast opportunities. Write guest content. Get your name cited in places AI models can find. This is a longer game, but it compounds. You don't have to do all three perfectly right now, but you need to understand all three well enough to make smart decisions about where your attention and budget go. Here's the takeaway. Search is not one thing anymore. The days of just rank on Google being a complete visibility strategy are over. Not because Google is irrelevant, it's not, but because the landscape now has three distinct channels: the classic search engine, the AI-generated answer, and the voice query. And each one requires a different approach. The businesses that win visibility in 2026 are going to be the ones that understand this shift and build for all three, not just the one they've always known. And here's the hard truth. Most of your competitors are still stuck in 2019 SEO mode. They're optimizing for a single channel while their customers are spreading across three. That gap is your opportunity. Comment below if this shifted how you're thinking about your digital strategy, because I want to know where you are in this. Are you just doing SEO? Are you thinking about GEO? Have you even heard of AEO before today? Let's talk about it. If this episode was useful, the simplest next step is this. Go Google your own business. See what shows up. Then ask ChatGPT the question your best customer would ask before hiring someone like you. See if you show up there. Then try asking Siri or Alexa something you'd want your business to answer. 3 searches, 3 channels, 3 quick audits. That's your homework, and what you find might surprise you. Subscribe if you haven't already, because we're building businesses that scale cleanly, not loudly. Wherever you are, that is exactly where you are supposed to be. But that does not mean you have to stay there. Until next time.